All right, hello everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Creature Features brought to you by the Reptile Zoo. I'm Michael, and this great big fella here is Fabio. So Fabio is what we call a sulfur water monitor, which is actually an Asian water monitor that is a wild, naturally occurring morph. They develop a lot more yellow in their skin. He does still have the black and a bit of the banding pattern in the skin of a traditional Asian water monitor, but like I said, the sulfur water gets a lot more yellow to them than the normal Asian waters do. But he is still, by all means, an Asian water monitor, and that means all the stats are pretty much going to be the same. So obviously he's a really big lizard. I can't even go from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail with my arm span. So he's definitely about 7 feet in length, which is really not even as big as they get, but he is an adult, and they'll reach something like 8+ feet in length for the really, really big males. And let me tell you, that is a really big lizard, considering there's only one other lizard that gets bigger than these guys, and that's the famous Komodo dragons. They're found in a very close part of the world. These are around the Philippines and other areas around Southeast Asia. And as you may have guessed from the name, they love the water. And if you look at the tail even, he has a bit of a flattened look to it, like a paddle, right? And that is able to easily propel him through the water. These guys are amazing swimmers, and they're even one of, I don't know, maybe only 2 lizard species I've ever seen that will willingly dive underwater to look for food. But this guy is not a plant eater. He's not diving for seaweed. This guy is a meat eater, and a lot of his diet is going to consist of just about whatever he can grab, although he's not afraid of getting an easy meal. In fact, they preferably like to scavenge. They will easily, sniff out a dead fish on the shore. If they find a nest full of eggs, that's one of their absolute favorites. The shell, the yolk, everything. They also will eat just about any other dead animal that they happen to find, any carcass they find. But if there's other big lizards there, they got to compete for it. Whoever is the biggest is going to basically shove the rest of them off of the carcass, and he'll get his fill. And once he does and moves out of the way, the next biggest one gets their turn. So basically, the smaller the monitor lizard, the more scraps they tend to get. Now, if there are 2 equal-sized, especially male, water monitors, whether it's a territorial dispute or feeding off of the same carcass, those 2 same-sized males will get into just an absolute brawl. They actually do something very similar to a wrestling match, you could say. They will actually get themselves up on their hind legs and just wrap around each other with their front legs here. Now the claws, they're really not all that sharp, all things considered. They can be, but thankfully they've also got this really tough skin. Just super, super tough skin, especially on their back, because that's where the claws end up going when they grapple each other. And basically the point of this is to try to throw your opponent on the ground and pin him. So whoever ends up getting pinned is the loser, and oftentimes they will skulk off to the back of the line and wait their turn while the winner gets to finish his meal, or if this was for mating rights, he'll be the one that gets to mate with the girls. But overall, despite being such a huge and powerful predatory scavenging lizard, Asian waters are actually ultimately not considered to be that dangerous to people. Now granted, obviously Fabio here is not a wild Asian water monitor. He is born in, he was actually raised here in captivity. He's been around people pretty much his entire life. But this guy is, he's just a big puppy dog. Look at him. He lets us just pet him, scratch him. He'll let us kind of peel some of his shed off. He's so comfortable being around people, and he's a real pleasure to work with. Now, for people that want to get these as pets, you're gonna have to put some work into it. They're very large lizards. They command a lot of respect and time and attention. When you first get one, and they're itty bitty things too. There's just these cute little baby lizards, but you'll have to spend those first maybe 4 or 5 years just giving them all kinds of attention like you would your own child, spending time with them and socializing them. And there's going to be a few of those years where they're going to kind of stick in their whole terrible twos, and you're going to want to be kind of careful. But better that they have it when they're little than when they're adults. But by the time they grow up, if you've spent that time with them, they are amazing, and they actually can be pretty good pet lizards. What an amazing animal this guy is. All right, folks. Well, I think that's going to be about it for this episode of Creature Feature, but keep a lookout. We've got plenty more on the way. We've got literally a whole zoo full of animals that we want to show you. So keep an eye out for the next one, and we'll see you then. Take care.